Welcome to the 10-Year Sportscast. My name is Joseph Griffin, and today I will be telling you my picks for the NCAA college basketball tournament. First, I think Alabama will beat Texas A&M Islanders. I don't think it will be a close game at all. I think West Virginia will beat Maryland. I think that will be a close game. I don't think both teams will score very much. I think Virginia will beat Furman. I don't think that would be a close game. I think San Diego State versus Charleston will be a very close game, but I do think San Diego State will win. I think Missouri will beat Utah State because Missouri has a great backcourt and they play very fast. I think Arizona will beat Princeton in a closer game than people think, and I think Baylor will beat UCSB. Because Baylor just has a lot of great guards. I think NC State will pull the upset against Creighton, but both teams have great backcourts. But NC State just has two really good guys. I think Purdue will beat their opponent, and I think Memphis will beat Florida Atlantic. I think Duke will beat Oral Roberts. I think Duke is playing very well. They have a lot of good tall guys on their team and a lot of good guards, but they are young, so that is a concern for me. I think Tennessee will beat Louisiana Lafayette. Tennessee, they've dealt with a lot of injuries, but I do think Tennessee will win. I think USC will beat Michigan State in the upset because USC has a great guard in Boogie Ellis, and he is really good. I think Marquette will beat Vermont. I think Kentucky will beat Providence. I think that will be a close game, but I think Kentucky will win. I think Kansas State will beat Montana State. I think Iowa State will beat Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh is a great team, but I think Iowa State will win. I think Xavier will beat Kennesaw State. I think Texas will beat Colgate because they have a really good backcourt and front court, and they're just playing really good, and they beat Kansas in the Big 12 tournament. I think Texas A&M will beat Penn State because they have a great defense, and they have good bigs and guards, but they don't play too fast, and they play like themselves. I think Auburn will beat Iowa. I think Houston will beat Northern Kentucky. I think Miami will beat Drake. I think Indiana State and Kent State might be a closer game than people think, but I think Indiana has Trace Jackson Davis, and he's a great big, and he doesn't get tired very easily. I think TCU will beat Arizona State, and I think Arizona State will beat Nevada. I think Gonzaga will beat Grand Canyon, and I think Northwestern will beat Boise State. Northwestern has a very veteran team, and they play really, really well. I think UCLA will beat UNC Asheville. I think Kansas will beat Howard. I think Illinois will beat Arkansas. That will be a great game. I think that's a game that you should watch. I think St. Mary's will beat VCU. I think UConn will beat Iona, but it will be a close game. I think Alabama will beat West Virginia. I think Virginia will beat San Diego State. I think Virginia has a lot of great guards that can play at their own tempo, and they don't get rushed very easily. I think Arizona will beat Missouri. I think that will be a great game. I think Baylor will beat NC State. I think NC State, they play really fast, but they do get tired kind of fast and quickly. So I think Baylor will win and be able to last longer. I think Purdue will beat Memphis. I think Duke will beat Tennessee. I think that will be a really good game also. Duke has a lot of young people, and Tennessee has a lot of older players on their team, but Duke has been playing really well lately. I think Marquette will beat USC. I don't think that will be a close game. I believe that Kansas State will beat Kentucky. I think Iowa State will beat Xavier because Iowa State, they're a very inconsistent team, but when they're on, they're on. I think Texas will beat Texas A&M. I think Houston will beat Auburn. That will be a good game because Houston doesn't have Marcus Sasser, but still it's going to be I think Houston will win. I think Miami will beat Indiana. I think that's going to be also a great game. A lot of great games in the second round. I think Gonzaga is going to beat TCU. TCU also is very inconsistent, but I think Gonzaga, they'll win because they have Drew Tammy on their team, and they are really good. I think UCLA will beat Northwestern. Kansas, I believe, will beat Illinois. UConn will beat St. Mary's. I feel like UConn has a lot of versatile guys on their team, and they are just really good. I think Alabama will beat Virginia. I think that's going to be a great game. I think Alabama is going to try to speed the game up, and Virginia is going to try to slow the game down. I think Arizona will beat Baylor. I think that's going to be another great game, but Arizona has a lot of great bigs that can run the floor, and they don't get tired very easily. I think Purdue has a chance to beat Duke, but I do think Duke will win that game. I think that's going to be a really close game. That's going to be a hard game for Duke because they lost earlier in the season to Purdue, but I do think they're going to win. I think that Marquette will beat Kansas State. I think both teams are very small. They don't have a lot of bigs, but they both play really fast. So I think that will also be a great game. I think Texas will beat Iowa State. I think Iowa State, as I said, is inconsistent, and I think Texas defense will just slow down Iowa State, and Texas has a lot of great guys on a great backcourt on their team. I think Miami will beat Houston. I think that's going to be an upset. I really do like Miami. They made it to the Elite Eight last year, and I think they can do the same this year. They're a really great team. They have really good guards, a really great coach, and I think Miami will beat Houston. I think Gonzaga will beat UCLA. UCLA has dealt with a lot of injuries to Jalen Clark. He's a great defensive player and a great player, and I think UCLA they're gonna get tired after they play Northwestern because that's a great team. So I think UCLA will lose to Gonzaga. I think UConn will beat Kansas, which is going to be another great game, but I do think UConn will win that because they have so much versatile players on their team. I think that Alabama will I believe that Alabama will beat. I think Alabama is going to beat Arizona because Arizona, I think they only play 7 guys, so they might get tired and sluggish. So I don't think Arizona will be able to keep up with. I don't think Arizona is going to be able to keep up with Alabama, and I think Duke is going to beat Marquette. I think that's going to be a great game. Marquette plays very fast. Duke tries to control the tempo. They're a great rebounding team and a great defensive team, but I do think that Duke will win that game. I think that Texas is going to beat Miami. I think that's going to be another great game because Miami is very small, but they also get tired, and I think once it gets to the Elite Eight, some teams might get more tired than they were playing. So, and I think Texas has great depth, so Texas will win. And I think I'll be back.